Welcome back to Around the Block Volleyball. In today's episode, we're going to share our favorite thing about each of the top 25 teams in the AVCA Rankings. But first, we have to address one of the biggest stories in NCAA volleyball right now. That story is Izzy Starck taking the season off for mental health. So Izzy Starck, Penn State setter, obviously.
Best setter in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, kicking it off, again, hopefully, best of wishes to her. Again, we're not trying to speculate on what happened or anything about the deal. And I think that's what people need to take that approach.
Yeah.
It's not your business. There's a reason why she left that in the message to let her family have the privacy. I think people need to respect that. And it just sucks to lose one of the best players in the country right now.
Yeah.
She's so electric. She's so great. And she's so young. She's a sophomore.
Yep.
And she's looking that good as a setter. I think it sucks to lose one of the best players. But, it's also really important. And I think she's really brave for, being able to do that. I think that's not something that people think about a lot.
Especially in college athletics. I don't think that really happens too often. So this is an important step. And I'm sure Penn State already has good resources for her, and I'm sure she's going to take advantage of all of those. But yeah, just to go back on all the speculation going on, I think there's definitely a lot of rumors that are way too crazy right now going out there. Definitely got to avoid doing that because that's probably adding to any mental health issues. It doesn't really help, and it's kind of a lot. Some of them are kind of weird.
Yeah.
So let's avoid being a little weird and kind of being weirdos about it.
Yeah.
And just leave her alone.
Yeah, people need to remember that these are actual people too.
Yeah, also they're kids.
Yeah, and Coach DBK spoke about it as well, and I love the way that she's, how she worded it. Again, reminding people that they are kids. They're young adults. You have to be patient with them, and there's a lot of things that are going on in their lives. And again, they are real people too. The things that you say can definitely hurt them. It can affect them in ways that you probably don't understand. So just understanding that, I think, is what people need to be doing right now. Worry about yourself, let them do them, and she's going to come back whenever she's ready, and she'll still be a killer, right?
Yeah.
As we know, Izzy Starck, she is still awesome. So whenever she decides to come back and she's ready, she's still going to kill it.
I think we just had to address that because I think definitely what I've seen on all the social media has been a lot of rumors spreading, and sometimes a lot of them are too much, so just had to address that real quick. And obviously it's one of the biggest stories in NCAA volleyball, so there's that.
Yeah, mental health is a huge thing, and I also coach girls volleyball, and it's mental health is a thing that you have to be worried about. And that's, I guess, youth athletes in general too. It could apply to boys as well, where there's a lot of things going on in their lives, right? They got to process a lot of things, and you have to, again, like you're saying, you have to give them grace, right? They're kids, they got a lot of things going on, and they're trying to work through it.
Yeah, just had to address that, and now we can move on to the main topic of this episode, which is just our favorite things for the top 25 teams in the AVCA rankings. So just letting you guys know, this is completely biased, so if you guys have different opinions about it, or you have other favorite things that you want us to highlight or keep in mind, just let us know in the comments, because we're probably each going to pick different things. We might not even agree with each other, so a lot of different fun things about each team, but let's get right into it. Let's start with the number one team. We got Nebraska. I'm starting this one off, so my favorite thing about Nebraska is just kind of how well Bergen Riley's been spreading the ball, and just how good the team is in terms of different players carrying kind of the offensive load different games. I think we've had Harper Murray carry games. We've seen Taylor Landfair carry games. We've seen Andy Jackson carry games. We've seen Rebecca Alec carry games. We've seen Ali Czech carry games. I'm listing off basically their entire starting roster in terms of people who are able to take on that offensive load. So it's just super cool to see that Bergen Riley kind of obviously starts off spreading the ball a little bit. They have game plans as well, but she always finds who's the hot hand, and she kind of lets them lead the way for the rest of the team. And so far for them, it's just led them to victory after victory.
Yeah, I love it. Bergen Riley shutting up the haters.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many people that are saying that she's overrated. She's she's not that good. I don't know. I think that's just, to me, it's not a very good take. I just don't think that she's one of the, she's been leading that team to really good offense for so many years. And you could say, yeah, she has good weapons, but you also need a setter that can do that and have that balanced offense. Yes, your numbers can look better. You can look better as a setter when, your team can adjust to things and they can score points on their own. And yeah, sure, the passing, but again, she's, you can't blame her for being on that good team, and she's still the setter on that team. Like, to me, I agree. I think that's definitely been a really fun thing to see.
Yeah,
Bergen Riley dishing it out.
I think people aren't keeping in mind how well she's able to kind of, like what I said for my point, is that she's able to figure out, who has the hot hand this game.
Yeah.
Not every setter can do that, or sometimes they don't even have the option to do that when, you just have that one offensive option. You never learn to do that. So the fact that Bergen Riley is able to do that, she's able to do it super well. You can tell basically every game that Nebraska plays, okay, like, who's going to be the hot hand this game? Yeah. It changes game to game. So I think that's just a super positive thing. And I just like to see that from Nebraska because you don't see that. You don't get the opportunity to see that from too many teams.
Yeah. And then I guess me really quickly, I would say I really like how Harper Murray's been playing. Mm-hmm. I forget which game it was, but like there was at the end of a match, we talked about it already before too, but Harper Murray, she really clutched up. Like you could tell she was hitting high hand. She was hitting super smart. Yep. It was like, I think it was last weekend, but I mean, just the evolution in her game, and she's thinking the game more because she's like a gifted athlete. She's really, really good, but her thinking the game, and I think her figuring things out as an outside is really cool to watch, kind of that next evolution for her. So definitely a cool thing for me to watch whenever I watch Nebraska.
And we'll probably see more of that as they go on to play some of these more difficult teams. I mean, it's still the pre-conference play.
Yeah, non-conference play.
Yeah, there's a couple not as good games in between these high-level matches.
Right.
But we'll see more of it, I'm sure. Yeah. But let's move on to the next one.
So next at number 2 is Texas. They've risen through the rankings. But for me, I've really enjoyed watching Kari Spears. She's going to work right now. And it's like, it's crazy that she's a freshman. She does not look like a freshman out there. She looks like she's had 2 or 3 years under her belt already.
And she's also technically playing out of position.
Yeah, I mean, she's supposedly an outside. Now, I don't know if this is like a Maddie Skinner type of thing where she does play outside because of her arm and her physicality. But she's playing right side right now and is looking really, really good. Again, she kind of is feeling that. She's kind of that vibe of like a Maddie Skinner of just, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I hit higher and harder than you do, and I'm going to hit through your block, I'm going to hit over your block. And I really love that. She's taking some big-time swings and big moments. And then, I love her on-court energy. I think that is also just something that's really awesome. You see her smiling all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's definitely also my favorite thing about this Texas team. I kind of, whenever we've watched them, I've had my eye on her and been like, oh, like, she's legit. She's, extremely good, and as the years go on, who knows, maybe we'll see her move back to outside, or she's gonna stay opposite. Don't really know, but she's looking really, really good as a right side right now, so that's some good stuff.
Yeah. Also, honorable mention to me is Ramsey Gary, right? She had that pop-off game. We were watching it, what was it? Texas versus Stanford, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the Texas versus Stanford game, and Ramsey Gary had some crazy highlight plays. Again, to me, it's crazy from Indiana transferring over to Texas, being a DS. But you can tell her impact on the court when she's in there in the back row. That defense looks really, really good. Like, the ball is not dropping.
Yeah.
So, another really good thing from Texas for me.
I mean, they got 2 liberos, so geez.
Yeah, you can really feel it when she's out there.
Yep. But moving on to the number 3 team, we have Kentucky, and I mean, my favorite thing about them is just that they have 2 National Player of the Year level outsides, and it just makes the game super fun, especially when both of them are able to play back row. They're not running that DS stuff. Almost said some bad stuff there, but they're not running that DS stuff, so both of them are able to play from the back row, and they're both able to hit the bic from the back row, and it just brings the level of Kentucky's game up to another higher level where you have so many threats, because it's not like their middles are bad either. They have strong middles, so you're really watching everything, and I don't know. I think they're just playing at such a high level, especially from the outside, that it's just so fun to watch. I think you're going to see as we go down this list, a lot of my things are basically based off of how much I like to watch it or how fun they are to me to watch. So.
Hey, that's why we're doing the favorite things. It's like most fun thing. For me, I mean, I think everyone knows this that follows us. Molly Tuzzo is one of my favorite liberos. I think right now she is my favorite libero. She's so fun to watch out there. She's so steady, and it's really calm in serve receive. That's something that I envy. Just how easy she makes it look sometimes. So I think that's something for sure. And then shout out the setters, right? Cassie O'Brien has been in there, but they also have thrown in Ava Strafa.
Yep.
I think that's been really big for them after losing Emma Groom, right? That was a huge question on how the Kentucky team would look, their peak. because of the setting position. But
Yeah.
right now, the setters have been able to dish the ball out, and then his offense is looking real good when you got
I'd say they're better.
two National Player of the Year candidates, right? So they're looking good.
Yeah.
Next, we have Louisville at number 4 here. For me, it's been Calissa Blackshear, right? As another freshman that has been like a crazy good addition because she's had huge impact right away, right? And the question was, what type of system is Louisville going to run? Is it going to be a 5-1 now with Nyles Cabello, or are they still going to try and run a 6-2? So far, it's been the 5-1. I think, shout out Nyles Cabello. She's definitely shown that she's a 5-1 type of setter, that she can block and play some good front row like defense and be able to set out of the front row as well. So that has been really good. But Calissa Blackshear, she's a middle, but she hits right side. I think there's a lot of middles that are doing that right now.
Yeah.
But she has been really solid. Again, making this offense look a lot more dynamic than just, hey, Peyton Peterson, Chloe Chacoin, Kara Cressy. It's like only on the left side. But now having a freshman come in, I think that offense is looking a lot more dynamic.
Yeah, I think it just makes them so that their offense feels like they haven't really lost too much. It's arguably could be better.
They did lose a lot last year.
Yeah, but yeah, now that they've had this strong addition to the right side, and that personally I'm a bigger fan of running a 5-1 than a 6-2, so I like this better for Louisville. So yeah, I might say that they're looking a little bit better because I think the right side production is good.
I mean, she's really tall. Like, I don't know what the numbers are, but like when she's standing next to Kara Cressy, right? It's like a 6'6" player and like a 6'5" player. Like that block is insane. Like it's so good.
No, that's scary.
And that's not to mention that I think Louisville has been known to have some really good back row defense. Peyton Peterson, Chloe Chacoin being there in 6. I think that definitely helps. And then like quick honorable mention, Camden Strand stepping in as libero after Elena Scott graduated. I think she's been looking really good too, really solid. So Louisville is definitely a really fun team to watch, but Calissa Blackshear has been my favorite for sure.
And moving on to Stanford at number 5. My favorite thing about them so far, I mean, obviously we have Elia Rubin, but my favorite thing to watch about this team so far has been Erica Sayer, the freshman middle, because she's insanely good. She has super high energy. I feel like she like helps elevate the team whenever she's in, at least energy-wise. And then she's also an insane offensive weapon. She's good at blocking too. She's second in scoring for the team. She's a middle, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think it's primarily just because she runs a really, really good slide. Like that slide is pretty nasty. And I feel like she scores the majority of the time when she's running it. So I think she's super fun to watch. And, you know, I've seen some like misconnections, obviously like some freshman stuff.
Yeah.
But I think she's learning pretty fast, and Stanford just looks really good when she's on the court.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that her and Lizzie Andrew are the middles now, I think, again, the question was like, Sammy Francis is gone. How's the middle going to look? Lizzie Andrew was still there, but Erica Sayer has been a really good addition. Again, like this freshman class, man, has been looking so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's like a super dynamic middle. I think this is what is making Stanford look really threatening to a lot of the top teams still. So
I mean, that's why they're at 5.
yeah, I could definitely agree. I think Ellie Rubin is like kind of like too obvious though, because but she's so awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like 6 rotation, again, a player that really can vie for that National Player of the Year. She's so good.
Yeah, I think it's harder to make it maybe like pick her as my favorite thing to watch because, you know, that standard was already set. I already thought that was going to happen. So, you know, I'm like, you know, she's doing her thing.
Yeah.
But when you get a little bit of a surprise, like really good player, I love to see it.
Yeah. Low key, Taylor Yu, even though I think she did get hurt in that last game.
Yeah.
And then Logan Parks kind of filled in. Logan Parks has, you know, you can tell there's the freshman setter type of stuff that she's getting through. But I think she'll get there. But Taylor Yu right now has been looking really good, and you love to see that because she is like a smaller setter, but she's still been.
I don't think
pretty
she's even
solid,
too small. It's more just maybe like less physical in terms of a jump block.
Yeah, less physical at the net type of setter, but she's been really fun to watch too for the Stanford offense. At number 6, we got Wisconsin here. To me, I mean, I kind of had to pick with the obvious answer. Mimi Collier has been so fun to watch. Again, we kind of knew what she was at Oregon. But now kind of on a bigger stage, I would say, with a Wisconsin, like, you know, the history with this team, with Kelly Sheffield, like this team has been so great. You lose Sarah Franklin. Mimi Collier transfers in, and, you know, it's hard to replace Sarah Franklin, right? I'm not saying that she has, but Mimi Collier has brought that type of energy and that go-to hitter type of mentality where it's really awesome to watch.
Yeah, I think I would pick Mimi Collier as my favorite thing. One, because I was already a fan of her at Oregon, But there's some big expectations for this team, and at least for us going into the season, we kind of ranked Wisconsin a little low. We didn't have too much faith in them because, you are losing Sarah Franklin.
I was definitely one of the ones that ranked them low.
Yeah, and all the liberos, but I think Mimi Collier just filled in that offensive gap really, really well. So, yeah, I just think it's super fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, right, they lost, their whole lineup. I mean, let's be real. And I feel like I stick by that, but now that I see how they've been playing, I take accountability for that. I was definitely wrong. Wisconsin is still good, but Mimi Collier, again, has just looked so awesome. She's definitely the most fun for me to watch at Wisconsin.
And for the next one, we have Pitt at number 7. And my favorite thing about them has been that Blair Bayless is kind of stepping up more as an offensive weapon, at least in these past few games, which means that we're seeing Olivia Babcock not take 50, 60 swings per match anymore. And, this one isn't really a specific player thing, but thank God we're seeing the volume go down a little bit because to start off the season, we had the, seeing that, we were like, her shoulder is not going to last.
Yes.
Yeah, so seeing it move a little bit more to a slightly more balanced offense.
Right.
Obviously, you want to favor using Olivia Babcock, National Player of the Year. Got to use her. Yeah. But seeing it balanced out a little bit more just looks a lot better. It's a lot less messy, and it's not going to break her shoulder before we even get into conference play. So, yeah, I'm just happy to see that, and we didn't know if that was going to happen, so I'm very relieved and very happy to see this one.
I know. I was only laughing because of that whole thing. I was a big hater of how Pitt was running their system so far of Olivia Babcock, take it away. You got this. We'll back you up. We'll cover you. But you're taking 60 swings.
Yeah.
I love what Blair Bayless is doing. So I agree with you. She's definitely the most fun for me because what you expect from Olivia Babcock, and she's delivering. She's been awesome again this year. But Blair Bayless has been a surprise, and to me that has been really fun to watch. Being able to diversify that offense because of missing Tori Stafford and Velasquez Gomez, I think that's her name, right?
Valeria,
on the outside.
Valeria Velasquez Gomez.
Yeah, on the outside there, I think that was a big loss. You already had the middle still, but Blair Bayless stepping in has been really, really fun. For me, Texas A&M here at number 8. Again, I mentioned this on First Serve, but the balanced offense that they run has been so fun for me to watch. I think that is the most fun type of volleyball for me, when the setter is able to just dish it to everyone and they can still produce.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to me. I think it allows all the players to shine. You have Logan Lednicki. She is still the focal point of the offense, but there's so many other weapons around her that it does make it harder to stop. You're not just getting a triple block, really good, perfect double block on her every time. Where Afena Paula, Taylor Helmuth, there's so many, Kendall Stowers, there's so many other players and weapons that they have that makes them a lot more difficult to defend. Morgan Perkins, there's every single player they can set, and they feel really good that their efficiency is going to be high. They're going to be able to put a ball away.
Yeah, I think also for them, I like that they've been running a little bit of a faster offense, It's maybe not the fastest in NCAA, but it's pretty fast.
We know who the fastest one is.
Yeah. That's something for later, but
yeah.
They're running pretty fast offense, which again takes some of that pressure off of each of the individual hitters. It works really well when it's a balanced offense because you have to be afraid of every single hitter, and it's going to happen fast. So they're getting a lot of one-on-one blocks.
Yeah, you love when Logan
attacks.
Lednicki can get a one-on-one. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's happening with the middles. It's happening with the outsides even. Yeah. So, yeah, I just like the way that Texas A&M runs this offense.
Yeah, I think also Kendra Stowers getting that kind of redemption story. I love that she's been able to come back in. She has that, I don't really know what it is, a neck
brace of some kind.
Thing. I don't know. But just the fact that she's able to play again is really cool. And she's been looking really good still.
And now we have at number 9, Arizona State, ASU.
Jumped up the rankings too.
Yeah. We're going to see how long that lasts. Noemi Glover did get injured, so
yeah,
that's a big question, but that was my favorite thing to watch from them.
Yeah.
She was up there playing kind of on the level of the best right sides already. Don't really know too much about her injury, how long it's going to last. So that is its own worry. But their past couple games without her, I think it's only been 2 games actually, but their outsides have been holding up fine. But it was against weaker competition,
right?
To phrase it nicely. So I'm interested to see when she's going to come back and how the team is going to manage without her while she's gone. So I do want to see more of her, and I think she was playing at just a super high level. She's the most fun to watch.
Yeah. I think Noemi Glover has been really awesome. Again, ASU has been kind of like on the rise, which was really cool to see. It's still a good program, but usually people think of other teams first, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she has been really electric for them. It does suck that she got hurt. So we'll have to see and stay tuned for ASU here.
Yeah.
At number 10, though, we got SMU. And for me, it's been the USC transfers, man. They've been really, really good so far. Jaden Livings leading the team in scoring right now. Favor Anyanwu has also been really good for them in the middle, being able to. She's getting tons of blocks and kills, still being efficient. I think they've been really strong points for SMU so far. And it's kind of crazy when you take into consideration that the most of the hype was coming in with Malaya Jones and getting Avery Carlson from Texas. The fact that, these USC transfers, they're both young as well. The fact that they've been able to be like highlighted on this team so far of like, it's like all transfers.
Yeah.
But being highlighted right now has been really awesome for me. Jane Livings has been so good. She's been really fun to watch for me, at least, on SMU. But then you still remember, hey, you got Avery Carlson dishing the ball and Malaya Jones on the right side. Like, this team is still really good, but seeing those two from USC has been really fun.
Yeah, so my favorite thing about this team is just seeing how well they've been able to kind of gel together so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we see something a little bit on the opposite end of that spectrum with another one of the teams that we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
But just having a team full of transfers that are able to gel so fast, play so well together already is very, very impressive. And it's just super cool to see a team come together like this, even though it kind of promotes this like transfer portal thing where people switch teams to build really good teams.
Yeah.
That part's a little weird, but it's cool to see when it works.
Yeah, hey, props to SMU, right? They had such a good team last year, and then they were kind of able to replace what they had. It's like, it's a weird, like, I'm not trying to say like that team from this year to last year is like the same, but it's like, it's a completely different team. But like, it's cool that they've still been able to be a strong team, even with all the new faces. So it's definitely cool to see that too. I definitely agree with that.
But now let's move on to number 11, which is Florida. And my favorite thing about them is just watching Alexis Stuckey's setting, because I truly believe that she has some of the best hands, and like just she can find players so well. She's like the best at it in NCAA. Maybe Izzy Starck is the best well-rounded setter in NCAA, but just the way that Alexis Stuckey's able to like set the ball even while being on the move, because God knows Florida needs to up those passing numbers, because she's running around and making it look so easy.
Yeah, she's making it work somehow.
Yeah, I think I've seen some criticism of her actually, like Alexis Stuckey, where they're like, oh yeah, she had to get taken out during this last game versus UNC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, people are being a little bit more critical of her setting, but I was like, and when you looked at Taylor Parks come in for her, you saw that maybe the issue isn't fully with the setting. It could be a little bit with the passing, because Taylor Parks didn't look all that great either. And that's because of the passing, which is kind of where you need to step it up from.
Yeah, and I think that's just like people just reading into it too much.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you do have to just give a different look. Like for the coach, I feel like that's kind of what their approach was, is let's just see what something else looks like, right? Just try things out. Just because, I mean, they were getting their butts handed to them, to say it lightly. So I think at that point, you kind of just have to try things.
Yeah. Or, I also just want to say maybe they had to save Alexis Stuckey's legs a little bit, because they are running her into the ground.
Yeah, maybe you're right there. For me, though, I would say Alexis Stuckey definitely has been really fun. But for me, it's been Jordan Bird. I think just how physical she is.
Yeah.
Again, the passing isn't great for her, but like she is so physical. She hits the ball so hard, and she's been that go-to scorer right now. And it's been awesome to watch for me. Again, like Kenny Martin leaving, I was like, I don't know if this Florida team is going to be very good.
Yeah.
You lose Mary Wise. Like, there's a lot of things that went into this team, me being worried. But Jordan Bird has stepped up, and she has become one of the best hitters right now. Well, the best hitter for Florida, for sure.
Yeah.
Alexis Stuckey's got to set someone. Jordan Bird has definitely been able to put the ball away. Next up at number 12, Penn State has slid down the rankings here. But for me, I will say Emmy Selman has been my favorite to watch. I think she's really stepped up this year coming from Ohio State. I think she's been a really good 1-2 punch with Kennedy Martin. I think everyone knows that Kennedy Martin is going to get the ball for the most part. But Emmy Selman has been able to play 6 rotations so far and be able to pass at a decent enough rate and still be able to attack out of the back row And in the front row, she's still been able to get it done.
Yeah.
I think it's just really fun for me to watch the evolution of a player. And going into Penn State, the expectations were definitely really high. Knowing how all the team's roster changes and stuff like that. And then now latest with Izzy Starck leaving. Yeah. I think that's going to be another big thing to see, hey, can the hitters still get it done with a different setter? Yeah. It's going to be tough, but that's what you're called upon when you are one of these really good hitters. I think that's something that Kenny Martin's going to have to deal with too. Yeah. But Emmy Selman has definitely been really fun for me as like a really good outside in the Big Ten even.
In terms of favorite things about each team, I don't have too much to say for Penn State anymore because my favorite thing about this team was Izzy Starck.
Oh, yeah. I mean, me too. Yeah. Like, if she was still playing, that's 1,000% what I would say.
Yeah, so that's a tough one. We might see them drop a little bit more and not keeping them too high on my radars anymore. So, just being for real.
It's rough.
But at number 13, we have Minnesota. And before her injury, personally, I would have said Zeynep Palabiak because she was looking like an insanely good libero and kind of like highlight reel type of libero, and it's just flashy and fun. She's diving all over the place, making a lot of insane digs.
Yeah, she's got so much energy.
Yeah, super fun. But now that I think she tore her ACL. I think that's what it was.
I think so.
Yeah. But after that, I'm just going to go with Julia Hansen because she's just one of the most fearless attackers in NCAA, where she's really just swinging at every single ball, regardless of how like good or bad the set is. But it's like she's swinging, but still with like, it's not like monkey brained kind of. It's not it's not reckless. It's not just to swing hard. She's swinging with a purpose. She's swinging with location in mind. Yeah. So she's swinging really smart and hard, which I don't know if you see at too many. At least at this level, you don't see it in too many players. Yeah. So I think it's really impressive to see her do that game after game, especially as the main attacking point. Yeah. So that's my favorite thing about Minnesota.
Yeah, I agree. I think Julia Hansen has, and I mentioned this even last year actually, where she was so fun for me to watch just because of how hard she hits the ball. Yeah. Again, like she like swings at literally every ball, which is insane, right? Like even at a system like the craziest balls, and you see her just ripping at it. I think she's experimenting sometimes, and I think that's probably props to her like preparation. Yeah. And she probably does that in practice as well, so that's why she's able to do it so well in games. But it's just amazing to see that she's able to rip at a ball, and she's still hitting pretty good efficiency even when you might have more errors because of how hard you're trying to hit. So definitely really fun to watch her. Stella Swenson too, low key has been really fun just because you're replacing Melanie Schaffmaster. That's really tough. But
and you have the other legacy stuff going.
Yeah. I mean, other Swenson sister, all that type of stuff. Yeah. It's cool that she's been able to kind of live up to it so far.
That's a good storyline.
Yeah, like really early on in her career, right? This redshirt freshman or whatever you want, sophomore. I don't know. Redshirt stuff kind of confuses me, but this is her first year.
Redshirt freshman, but academically she's a sophomore.
Yes, yeah. But it's been awesome to watch her for sure. At 14 is Purdue. For me, it's Kenna Woolard. I think that's pretty easy. She's just been like a revelation for this Purdue team. It's just been so crazy to see what happened to them in the transfer portal. You kind of have to feel bad for that type of team. Yeah. Right? I don't think you are one of the bigger names, especially in the Big Ten. There's a lot of really good big teams out there. Purdue's definitely still one of those good teams, but you lose Eva Hudson, you lose Chloe Chacoin. Those are your 2-star outsides. But Kenna Woolard has stepped up, and she has looked really good so far. Yeah. She's been their leading scorer. I think she's been really fun to watch.
And I think I'm in a similar way, but a little bit more broad in just that the fact that Purdue was able to replace so many players and still make sure that they're a very solid, strong team. Yeah. I think that's very impressive, and it's cool to watch when a team kind of gets blown up in the transfer portal. You feel bad for them. Yeah. Especially when they're just having players transfer out. I feel less bad when, say like SMU, their team more graduated out. Yeah. So that is going to happen. It's college sports. But when a team loses all their players in the transfer portal, I feel a little pretty bad for them. Yeah. And it's one of the things that I don't like about the transfer portal. Yeah. So seeing that they're able to put this team together and still be pretty more than decent, pretty strong. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot for them.
Yeah, I mean, expectations-wise, it's definitely been more fun to watch them because, I thought they were going to be struggling this year. Yeah. I thought it was going to be really rough just because of the losses that you had. Again, you also lost Raven Colvin. She probably was your 3rd point scorer on that team as a middle even. So, and she graduated out, so I thought that was just really rough for them. But Purdue has still been really good, really relevant so far.
Yeah, I forget her name, but I think they lost their other middle in the transfer portal as well. So they really lost a lot.
Yeah.
But for number 15, we have TCU. And speaking of very, very fast offenses,
This is who we were talking about.
this is who we were talking about. So that's what I like the most about them, that they run a very, very fast offense. But I think, actually, first of all, I think they are kind of like the fastest offense in NCAA right now. But even more impressive than that is that they're doing it with a 6-2. So they're running a 6-2, and both setters are connecting with all of their hitters at that speed.
It's nasty.
So just the fact that they're able to do that is so crazy. Props to both the setters, Rosemary Archer and Ella Foti. And yeah, it's crazy to see that they're just running this offense so fast with two different setters. And it's working because they're beating so many good teams.
Yeah.
They've been rising up these rankings week after week. Pretty sure we're going to see them continue to rise.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe around that like 10 to 8 range is a good spot for them.
I think they could land there.
Yeah.
I think they can really land there.
Yeah.
And this is a shout out to Coach Jason Williams.
Yep.
I've listened to some of his talks. I love the way that he tries to run his offenses, where it's really run it fast, turn and burn, and we are ripping the ball past you. We are going to beat the block with our sets, and we're going to beat you that way with our speed. And it's been really awesome. I think the fact that, again, he's able to do this with two different setters is ridiculous.
Crazy.
That I'm assuming that their efficiency with both setters has still been really good, which is really cool to see, especially in the college setting. I feel like that kind of shows how skilled some of these players are at this point, where you are able to run a 6-2 and both setters are really efficient and you're running this type of offense. It's really cool. Definitely the most fun for me too, hands down. At 16, we have USC. And for me, I think Abigail Mullen has been really easy. Another freshman that has looked really good. You know, but when USC came in last year to the Big Ten, I was unsure of what they would look like. But you saw like Mia Tuiniga was on that team, notably. And then Allie Batenhorst, her transfer in. And to be honest, I thought it was a lot of Allie Batenhorst last year. That was kind of what I knew that team to be. So I was not sure what to expect going into this year. But Abigail Mullen has looked really good. And the fact that they're willing to set her and trust her has been really fun for me, just to see like another star freshman kind of emerge on a team that I assume the expectations were not that high. I didn't really expect them to be that high. So it's really cool to see USC be able to trust a player like that. And she's been able to produce so far.
Yeah, actually, even within like our conference rankings, we did not have them too high. So,
Probably not.
yeah, it is very impressive what USC is doing, and that they also did this while losing those other freshmen that we talked about earlier, those SMU freshmen, or now sophomores. But yeah, they just lost a lot, and they found Abigail Mullen to help replace that offensive output.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number 17 then, which is Kansas, who has fallen down a little bit in these rankings.
Yeah.
It's tough. But for my favorite thing about them is Kristen Klein, their setter. She's so good.
Yeah.
She was part of that exodus out of Oregon where they actually lost their entire roster besides one player.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's continuing her high level of play. She was a really good setter for Oregon, and she's continuing to be a really good setter for Kansas. She's also leading them in serve aces, which just shows how good of a server she is. Super fun to watch in that aspect as well. And I think she's running a pretty good offense with Kansas. I think finding Reese Patek in a lot of different situations is very impressive, aside from just obviously having to set your pins, because finding your middle all the time is probably the most difficult thing about being a setter. So very impressed with her. And I mean, even though Kansas they might just stay in this like lower end right here, but she's very impressive.
Yeah, for me, it's Reese Patek. She's been really solid. She's been really good for Kansas so far. Even like her serving has been pretty solid. She's just been really fun to watch for me as a middle. So really cool to see good things from her out of Kansas. For 18 here, we have Creighton, and for me, it's been Sage Damrow. I think I really like watching good liberos go to work, and Sage was part of that weird transfer out from Wisconsin out of like all the liberos, like all of them left pretty much, and they just brought in 2 freshmen for Wisconsin. Now those freshmen are killer, but
it's just a weird situation.
Yeah, because actually all of these liberos that transferred out were definitely good. Like I don't think
they're proving that they're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean Sage has been really fun to watch for me. I think just her type of play when she was at Wisconsin, but now she's able to kind of shine in a new program and be able to get a fresh start. So she's been really fun to watch. To me, also, Jay Johnson has been really fun too. Just being able to step up even more for this offense after you Norris. And then quick shout out to Analea Mater from transferring out from Cal, right? Just replacing Kendra Waite as a setter. She's been looking really good too, dishing the ball out.
Yeah. I think for Creighton, I'm just going to second that Sage Damro pick as like the most fun thing because Creighton has been struggling in a lot of other aspects.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
They are falling down the rankings, and low-key, I expect them to keep falling a little bit.
Yeah, and people might be wondering, where's Ava Martin? Ava Martin is really fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. I just kind of like expected that out of her, so I guess that's not really something that I was really looking for. Yeah. But I was looking forward to how Sage Damro was going to look, and to me, she's been really fun to watch, so that's why Ava Martin's not in there.
Also, honestly, I wouldn't have her on this list for me in terms of that Creighton is kind of actually running her arm into the ground. They are giving her so many sets because she's like their big hitter, of course.
Yeah, you don't have Norris anymore, so.
Yeah. So I think they played like 3 days in a row this past week.
She played all of those games, right?
Yeah, she played all those games.
Yeah.
One of those games, she had like 50-something swings, then she was getting 30-plus something swings, then another 30-plus game of swings. It was a lot, and honestly, like, it's not the fact of her, like, her own play, like, level.
Yeah.
It's more that it feels bad seeing her kind of get run into the ground that I don't like.
Yeah. But Ava Martin's still good, so that's definitely not something that we're talking about here.
But at number 19, we have BYU. My favorite thing about BYU, honestly, not a player exactly. I'm avoiding that for every single team a little bit. But my favorite thing about them so far has been they've played every single game at home, and the home crowd is just electric.
Yeah.
Every single game, they're going crazy. They're going wild. It's so hyped to watch.
Yeah.
Especially when BYU isn't necessarily like playing the toughest competition at these matches.
Yeah.
So just seeing like them pack out the arena almost every single game, and it's just so fun. That atmosphere is so fun. It's top tier in NCAA volleyball. I mean, sure, you have like Nebraska, some other teams that are up there as well, but just the energy that BYU fans have, it's just different.
It's kind of crazy. Like, they really ride or die with their sports. Like you can everyone knows about the football for BYU is also notorious for being like that with the fans and stuff, which is awesome. But even like men's volleyball, right? We talked about this during their season, that it was so sick watching them live, like on TV, like how lit they are in the gym is insane. So the fact that they're still doing it with the women's, I think that's even more fun to watch. So that's definitely really fun for me too, because it just makes the volleyball in general just more fun.
And just as one last thing, if I was to actually pick like some player-related type thing, it'd be Brielle Kemivore, because she's hitting some nasty angles right now from the middle.
Yeah.
So I think that's also super cool to watch. But the fans, oh my god.
Yeah, Brielle Kemivore has been killing it though.
Yeah.
She's definitely been killing it. At 20, we have Baylor here. Manuela Bibimbe has been, to me, hands down for Baylor, right? I mean, Baylor lost a lot. You lose, notably, Ali Czech to go to Nebraska. And Bibimbe has fallen into this right side spot after being a middle, right? She's a 6'3" player. She's super physical. But man, even in a 6'2", has she been that go-to hitter for them. And she's been really fun, like super physical. She's going to hit the ball through you, over you, past you. It's just gone. Yeah. So it's been really fun. I think Baylor is definitely like a really physical team. That's how I feel so far. But Bibimbe has been really fun for me.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, also like another one of these middles that ends up playing opposites. It's kind of cool to see them that they can make that transition, because the sets are definitely not the same. I think like the only thing is like if you can hit a slide, that's the only thing you can kind of get away with for hitting. Like we saw like Lauren Stebbins do that in like League One.
Literally just playing opposite, but just running a slide.
Yeah, just running a slide the whole time. But
it's about comfort, I guess.
Yeah, but you see her, she's taking full on approaches, and she's ripping at the ball on the right side now. So it's really cool to see that middles are able to do that.
And then at number 21, we have Georgia Tech. And my favorite thing about them so far has been Lamine Mambu. She's been shockingly good. She's a freshman. She's super fun to watch. She's super athletic. Like, her athleticism is crazy, and just watching her attack is super fun because she's getting up there. She's just trying to kill the ball. I mean, you know, freshman attitude a little bit. Maybe not like the smartest hitter.
Sometimes that's more fun to watch though. You know? Just watch her try and ball out.
But she's also been really, really good on defense and serve receive as well. She's actually taking up a lot of the service pressure.
Yeah.
I think it's also from teams targeting her, but she's managed that pretty well. So she's a very, very impressive freshman for this Georgia Tech team. She played with the U19 women's team for the U.S. this past summer. So I can see why after seeing her play for Georgia Tech because she is damn good.
Yeah.
And she is showing out for this Georgia Tech team. I don't think she's their main attacker quite, but she is up there as like a good second option. Even if she kind of struggled against this past game against Tennessee.
Yeah.
But, you know, she's a freshman. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Again, like, I second that for sure. Mambu has been really fun. Just like, again, like more freshmen that have been really electric coming like out the gate, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I feel like you didn't really expect that, but you see these players that were they played 5 years, 6 years or whatever from that like COVID. Like I think this is the last year of that.
Yeah.
So now it's all these new faces, and I think it's really cool that another player like her has been able to kind of show out on a different program. It's been cool for sure. On Utah at number 22, I have Cameron Gabadlo. Again, just another name of a leading outside hitter that is on a team that doesn't really get a lot of attention. And I don't think Cameron does either, but she's a really strong physical hitter. She's kind of hitting through blocks, attacking the block as well. She's been really cool to watch. I know she was like an All-American honorable mention, so she definitely has that type of recognition, but I don't know how much people are really paying attention to Utah volleyball, but she's definitely really fun to watch there.
Yeah, I think she's definitely one of the players who deserves a little bit more kind of public and national recognition in that aspect. Yeah. Maybe not, maybe players and coaches, they're more in the know, so they know.
Yeah, probably like on scouting report and stuff, they see it.
Yeah, but the public just needs to see a couple more of these teams, and that's why we're highlighting her right now, because you guys gotta keep your eye on her.
Yeah, I mean, especially a program like Utah, it's not widely covered on the news and stuff like that. So definitely cool to see a player like that ball out. So she's definitely fun to watch.
Then at number 23, we have Mizzou or Missouri. My favorite thing about them so far has been Kaylin Alexander. She just transferred in from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I mean, Maya Sands is also one of the best libs in college volleyball.
That's my pick.
Yeah, just as a pure spectator and for fun, I think Kaylin Alexander is just so much fun to watch because she is swinging at every single ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's like 10 feet off the court. She's outside the court a little bit. It's an out-of-system set that just goes a little haywire. She's still swinging at it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is sick. And it's going in.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's not like perfectly placed in to get a kill or anything, but it's still super fun to watch.
The fact that she's swinging at it. Yeah.
And then when she does get those in-system attacks or they give her a free ball attack, oh my God, she's killing it.
Money.
She's murdering the ball.
Yeah.
So this is so much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see her on a different team and in a new program. She definitely does have that like F it mentality, which is kind of fun, which is really cool. But for me, I will say it's Maya Sands. I guess I just love watching these liberos that are just really good at what they do. Like defensively, she's so good. Serve receive, she's also nails. Like again, just another player that, again, I don't know if many people know about her unless you are aware of like Mizzou and like a Mizzou fan. But she's definitely a libero that people need to look at as just being like one of the best in the country, for sure. Yeah, hands down.
Very easily one of the best liberos in the country, and definitely have to put respect on her name.
Yeah. At 24 is UCLA, and for me, again, it's the libero here. Lola Schumacher, for me, has been the most fun. Again, one of the former Wisconsin Littles that kind of transferred out. Yeah. Especially she was like a really late transfer out. But she's been able to shine on this new team, kind of have a fresh start here, because it was very weird for Wisconsin last year in that libero position. But for me, Lola Schumacher has been really fun to watch. She does have like a great attitude. She's trying to take that leadership in the back row, which I definitely really like.
And then for my pick, it would actually be, this is more like a recent development, maybe the past 2-3 games. It's been Eliana Urzua.
Yeah.
Because she is a freshman, and I think everyone expected this team to be kind of like, just like SMU, it's all the transfers playing. But Maggie Lee, and even to an extent, Sheridan Leverett has been struggling a little bit on the outside.
Yeah.
So they need to try and find a little bit more production. They went to Eliana, and she's been so good. surprisingly really, really good. And low-key kind of outperforming the other two outsides, including Sheridan Leverett, who was supposed to be, like the player for UCLA, and she's outperformed her in a couple games. So it's very, very impressive to see a freshman come out and do this. So a lot of respect to her.
Yeah. I don't know if I would personally say that she's done better than both of them already, but
no, I'm saying
definitely
within independent games. She's had games that are better than you.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely played really well. Mm-hmm. And again, it's like really cool to see the freshman be able to have impact on teams like this, especially because it is UCLA. Like, that's a really storied program, a really big school. Yeah. And there was a lot of buzz around UCLA. We were definitely one of those, I don't know, we drank the Kool-Aid, I guess, of we UCLA being really hyped up and they're going to be really good. That is yet to be seen. We'll see if they're able to put it together. Again, it is a lot of new faces, so that's really hard. But it's cool to see that one of the players that they recruited and is a freshman is able to ball out like that already.
Yeah, I think hopefully they'll be able to put it together and maybe they won't drop out, but as of right now, they're getting a lot closer to being that fringe in and out week to week type thing.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. We got number 25. We got North Carolina. We got UNC. And for me, my favorite thing about this team has been Safi Hampton. Front row, back row, everywhere. She's hitting the ball. She's hitting it hard. She's so good. I don't know, her athleticism, like as she hits too, just kind of how fast she is, how athletic and speedy she's moving. Maybe it doesn't feel as weighty as some of the other players, but it feels like speed, and that feels like almost to the level of where it's like some national team level outsides where, they rely on speed and how fast they are moving, how fast their arm swing is to like get power on the ball. That's what I see from her, and it's super cool to see. Obviously, I don't think she's at like, a national team level. But it's just like stylistically, that's where I see it, and I kind of like watching it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, UNC in itself to me has been really fun to see that they've been able to, kind of pop out as a program here in women's volleyball, right? They're so storied in so many other sports. Yeah. But I mean, the fact that they've been able to do this in volleyball, it's really cool. And yeah, like you said, Sophie Hampton has been really, really good. Like it's just awesome to see her just rip at balls. It's crazy.
But now that's going to do it for our favorite things about the top 25 teams. And now we just got to finish wrapping up some world championship stuff and move on to the men's. But first, we're going to talk about the women's. They just finished their semis and finals, so that's all wrapped up. Let's first talk about the semis because we had some banger games.
Let me just say real quick, though. If you do not watch World Champs or International Volleyball or whatever, you need to watch this.
This is like 4 games.
This is like the best volleyball in the world. I mean, it makes sense.
It literally is.
But like it was so insane. It was so good. I feel like anyone that loves volleyball, loves watching, playing, anything, you have to watch these games. They were so, so good.
Yeah. This may be the best collection of like semifinals and finals and third place match games that we've had in a long time. Because, sometimes they are like stomps.
Yeah.
Or like one team just really takes over.
Yeah.
But not really here because a lot of good games.
These were bangers. All 4 of them were bangers.
But we're going to start off with the least exciting of the games, while still being exciting. We had Turkey 3-1 over Japan in the semifinals.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you say that, but it's like all the other ones went to 5, so that's just kind of how it is. This isn't the most exciting, but it's because the other ones were insane.
I think this one was also one where it did end up having like the most fans watching because, Japan, they have the most fans.
Yeah.
Just, a lot of Japan fans. But Wada and Ishikawa tried their best. They both had really, really good games, but Turkey, it's the best that they've looked all summer. Like, we had a lot of real questions for them during this VNL. We were like, dang, are they kind of falling off? Nope, they just needed time to warm up, I guess, because they stepped it up for these world championships, and they were playing so well.
Yeah, I had so many concerns about Turkey. Like, I did not know what it was going to look like. And we were talking about, like, the fact that you have Vargas and Karakurt. Like, how does that work? Because it is difficult to make it work. But Vargas, again, has been world-class. I swear to God, it was kind of funny. I heard Adam from our friends at Volley Talk about it. He said that if Vargas could pass, she was the best player in the world. I thought that was so funny. But I agree. Like, She is hitting balls so damn hard, and this was like just the start of her really locking in on Turkey, because, I mean, we'll get to it. In that gold medal match, she was also insane. And then Karakurt also kind of figuring things out, and then Eridem she was like a revelation for this team in the middle. So I think that was like a really good switch. So it sucks to see Japan lose, because I'm definitely a fan of how they play, but Turkey, again, was looking unstoppable. Like, this was, again, the best they played for sure.
Well, until they got stopped later on.
But I think a lot of people knew that was going to happen, but not that close.
But now to the other semifinal, we have Italy squeaking it out against Brazil, 3-2.
Yeah.
This was probably the best game of the tournament, because everyone on both teams had to go crazy for this game to happen.
Yeah. You could tell both teams were pushing each other, and low-key, this was like the final. To me, this felt like it was the final. Whoever won this one was going to win the whole thing.
But yeah, Gabby was playing out of her mind, as she always does.
Yeah.
Every single game.
To be expected.
Yeah, she's going crazy. Just another Antropova coming in for Igonu, or just having both of them as options is so dumb for Italy. It makes them so good.
It's unfair.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Italy just looks really, really good. And honestly, if Julia Bergman had a little bit of a better game, I think she hit negative in this game, actually. Yeah, I think if she had a little bit of a better game, Brazil could have squeaked this one out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just those little things that could have been a little different, but it's not like she played poorly just because she played poorly. She played poorly because Italy is that good of a team.
Yeah.
And put pressure on her like that.
And honestly, I feel like Italy did not play their greatest game. Like, offensively, it was not their greatest game. And we can kind of talk about it in the gold medal match, but like they weren't able to produce, and I feel like Oro's setting location wasn't perfect in the semifinal finals, but you could still tell with their pedigree and their culture, they were able to figure things out and get the win. Yeah. But it was kind of crazy that even when Italy didn't play their greatest, they still were able to find a way to win versus a Brazil team that, besides Bergman, like we talked about, this team was looking really, really good. Brazil was looking so good.
I think it's similar to like what I said about Nebraska, where they kind of like are just able to find the players that will help them win in any situation.
It does help when you're that deep.
Yeah. So for Italy, they're just able to win this one out from just being a deeper and well-balanced. I mean, I don't even call it well-balanced, because everyone's just at the top of the world in their positions.
I guess that's balanced.
It's balanced in its own way, but it's like, yeah, if you just put like the best team in the world together, sure. But yeah, that's kind of their way to win.
Yeah.
But now, let's first talk about this bronze medal match, which was another 5-setter. We had Brazil versus Japan. Brazil came out on top here.
Yeah.
Japan, they started off pretty poorly. I think they got stomped pretty bad.
Yeah, I honestly think that Japan could have won this had they played better in those first two sets.
Yeah. The last two sets, they got very, very close. Both of them went into extra points, and it was in big part to Yoshino Sato, because this was her game. Like, oh my God, she was playing out of her mind, especially when Wada and Ishikawa, obviously they weren't having bad games. They were just having all right games. But yeah, Yoshino was playing out of her mind. It sucks so bad for her that she lost this one, because she was the offensive player of this specific game.
Yeah.
And yeah, wow.
I mean, and this was something that was so crazy, it was literal haymakers back and forth from Gabby and Yoshino.
Yeah.
One would get a kill, the other one would come right back, and they would side out and get a kill right away. It was just some like crazy ball, especially knowing that the way that the women's game is going is it's very right side heavy, and that's where your point scorers are coming from. But these are from more like smaller in frame, but really athletic outsides that are being able to do it. And it was so cool that they were both playing at the top of their game.
Yeah. And
Brazil was kind of able to just squeak it out here.
Yeah.
Right? They won 18-16.
Yeah.
It was really sad seeing all the Japan players cry. I was definitely really sad watching that, but you can definitely tell that they poured their heart into it. But Brazil is, again, like we were saying before, they're so good still.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is still with no
Anna Christina.
Anna Christina, right?
Yeah.
No Anna Christina being able to do this is still insane to me.
Yeah. It also did help in this game that Julia Berkman had a good game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she definitely had a really good game.
I mean, if she didn't, then this probably would have gone the other way because
Yeah.
it was that close.
And I think this is like the perfect example of when people talk about learning from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Brazil was able to do after losing it against Italy.
Yeah.
They were able to bounce back and really figure out ways to push the envelope in these tight matches and in tight sets. And they were able to do that against Japan, which, again, makes Brazil look that dangerous still. Even though they end up getting bronze here. But
I mean,
they're
you're still
so
medaling
dangerous.
at World Championships,
Yeah.
so that's huge. Let's move on to the gold medal match, the big one. So this one, another 5-setter. It was Italy coming out on top, like we kind of alluded to, but no one expected it to be this close again.
No.
Yeah,
No, definitely
because
not.
this was a very, very close game besides the second and fifth sets. Set 2, Italy lulled a little bit, and Turkey showed what happens when they are running on all cylinders. They are playing their perfect game. They are that slightly inconsistent type of team. So this is them on the high end where
Yeah.
they won I don't know what it was. It was 25, 14 or something like that.
They were
Yeah,
disgusting.
no, they wiped them.
Again,
But, yeah.
like Adam said, Vargas, best player in the world that she can pass. She was destroying balls. It is insane when she's able to get going. You just cannot stop her. She's just hitting over, through, everything. She was just unstoppable.
And then for this set 5, Italy just clutched out.
Yeah.
They won 15-8 or something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, they were just clutch. They knew how to win when it came down to it. They knew that they wanted to win this one. This is World
Yeah.
Championships, baby. So they clutched up.
Yeah.
They decided we're gonna win this, and
Yeah.
they did.
I just also, watching this game really showed me how good of a team Italy is. Again, I feel like they, again, didn't really play that great for the semifinals and the finals, considering their pedigree and, their history of how good they play. But, they didn't have the greatest of these last 2 matches, but they're still able to win. But, the fact that they're able to defend together, their offense still runs when they need it to in certain ways when they need to adjust. And being able to adjust on the fly as a team in, strategy and just real on the fly, midpoint, being able to figure things out. It, really shows how much they've played together and how much experience they have together. It's insane. That's this was definitely peak volleyball.
Yep.
Dynasty.
This is why Italy is the best league in the world because they just have
The best players. It's insane.
They have players like this who won't leave, and they attract the best players, and that's how they build up this winning culture.
Yeah, Italy is disgusting. They're
Yep.
so good.
But let's talk about the results that came because of this win. So after this, Monica De Janeiro retires from Team Italy after this as one of the best liberos of all time in history for the
sure.
women's game. So she definitely has her name in history with that.
Yeah.
Team Italy is probably gonna miss her, but they got
They're
the
gonna
roster
figure
depth.
things out.
Yeah, they
Right.
have players ready to step up.
And I think we looked it up. She's 38, right?
Yep.
Which is also just something that is it blows my mind that she was 38 and she was the best at the position in the world. I think that's just amazing to see that.
Yeah.
So shouts out to her. She don't even need the shout out. She's just that good. And she's just chilling now.
And I'm sure this took a part in why she retired, but
Yeah.
herself, Paola Egonu, Miriam Silla, and Sarah Farr have completed the career Grand Slam, which is winning an Olympic gold, World Championship gold, Continental Championship gold, Champions League gold, and then winning your major club league gold, and that's the Italian league for all
Yeah.
of them. So they've all completed that, and that's kind of the highest you can get as a volleyball player.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I think it helps cement them as one of the best teams in volleyball in the world, in history.
Yeah.
Against their competition, they might have been able to dominate better than anyone else. I think it's 36 matches, or no, not matches. It's was it 36 matches? I don't know.
It was at some point, but now it's...
I don't know. Maybe was it 36 months? I have no idea. It was some crazy
No,
stat.
it was
though.
matches. It was matches.
Okay.
It was not months.
It was I don't know. But the way that they've been winning will win. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I feel like they have not lost in forever. So it's just insane what Italy's able to do. Definitely, again, like peak volleyball. You got to watch that team. World champs. You can watch them from even the Olympics last year.
Yeah.
They're just disgusting. They're so good.
Yep. And that'll wrap it up for the Women's World Championships. But now we can look forward to the Men's World Championships, which is coming up this weekend.
Yes.
So it's getting started right away. And, not too much to talk about because these pool stages, most of the teams that you expect to come out will come out.
Yeah, that's kind of how it started with the Women's World Championships. That's just how it is in World Champs.
Yeah, less exciting.
Yeah.
There'll be good matches here and there, but we're really looking forward to it when it gets into the bracket stage.
For sure.
But just to talk about the U.S. a little bit, the U.S. men are in a pool with Colombia, Portugal, and Cuba. So Cuba being that other big team that they need to face off against, that you want to see who's going 1 and who's going 2 in this pool. But for the U.S., you also have to remember, we have Micah Christensen and Taylor Averill back.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big.
The boys are back in town, baby. Yeah. Micah's back in there. And Taylor Averill, again, I love the edits of Taylor Averill are just so funny. But, again, having those guys back in there is going to be really cool. I think the experience really helps. So definitely looking forward to how competitive this team is going to look against all these other teams, right?
Yeah.
We kind of saw that, and they kind of alluded to that, like Karsh did at VNO, but being able to see it now in World Champs, we're definitely excited to see it.
Yeah, look at us. Look at the U.S. to take a little bit of a step up. So
we'll see.
Don't underestimate us no more.
Hopefully.
Yep. But that does it for our main segment, and let's move on to the Rally Round. Welcome to the Rally Round, where we play our drafts, blind rankings, and other fun games. This week, we're starting off with the draft again. We've done the Big Ten. We've done the SEC. Now we're going to do the ACC for our draft.
Oh my God, this one is hard. Yeah. I think this one's going to be really hard.
Yep. This one's going to be fun. We're going to have to really get into it, especially for those later picks. It happened last week as well. But let's get right into it. So let's draft teams from the ACC, but only one player per team. I got the first pick here. And for my first pick, I'm going to take Olivia Babcock from Pitt.
I think that was the easy team for me to figure out, oh yeah, you're probably just going to take her.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense.
For the first pick, that one was pretty easy.
Yeah, reigning National Player of the Year, I wouldn't say that's very hard.
Yeah, gotta go with that one.
I think that's definitely the right idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, for me, I'm going to take, all right, I'll probably just play it this way. I will get Elia Rubin from Stanford, and then I'm going to take a middle here. I'm going to take Kara Cressy.
Okay. All right, those are interesting picks.
They're good picks.
Yeah, those are good picks. But
these are all going to be good players. So.
Yeah. So for my next pick, I'm going to take Favor Anyanwu from SMU as one of my middles.
Okay, I like that. Again, we talked about her. She's been killing it.
Yep. I think we talked about her already earlier in the episode, but let me get Safi Hampton from North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Get her as one of my outsides. Hell yeah.
I like that. So this is where we're definitely switching up just to play around the schools. That was definitely that type of pick.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That's cool. I like that you did that. For me, I'm really, really struggling here, trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I will take my other outside, Flor Marie Heredia Colon from Miami.
Good pick.
And I'm actually going to take my libero here.
Okay.
I'm going to take Sofia Velez from Georgia Tech.
Well, I think that'll pretty much do it for any overlap that we had.
Yeah.
So I can just get fire in here. All right, then. So for my center, give me Naelis Cabello from Louisville.
Naturally.
And then for my other middle, give me Erica Sayer from Stanford.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Showing love to the freshmen.
Hell yeah.
See, this is the part where I'm still struggling. I'm still having a hard time here. So let me do the first one that's easier for me. I will take Bree Kelly.
Yeah, buy some time while we figure out the rest of these.
Okay, and you know what? This is fine because it doesn't matter what I say. Like, this doesn't change for you anymore. But I'm very much struggling with my pick from SMU here. This is where I'm having a really hard time.
A lot of thinking to go into it.
Because Avery Carlson has been dimes right now for SMU. But also Malaya Jones has been really good on the right side. So I'm definitely having a hard time here.
Yeah.
But I think I want to go for the setter here. So I will take Avery Carlson.
And that'll leave me with my final 2 picks, I believe. So for my last outside, give me Lamine Mambu from Georgia Tech. My last pick is my libero. Let me get Mylan Godshall from Duke.
And then for my last pick on the right side, I'm going to take Jordan Smith from NC State.
All right. And that wraps it up for this draft.
Got some pretty stacked teams out here.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a battle. I mean, you guys let us know who you guys think would win this one, but I think it's pretty good. I mean...
Yeah, again, another conference where there's so many good teams out there.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of good players that are left out.
Yeah, so this is a tough one. But let's move on to the next segment, and we're doing naming the stat. So we have another question, NCAA related, except this time just the Big Ten. So we're just going to be asking you to name the top kill leaders in the Big Ten as of September 9th. Mm-hmm. So can you name the top 5 leaders in kills per set in the Big Ten?
Let me go with something easy. Let me go Kennedy Martin here.
All right, Kennedy Martin. She's at number 4. She's at 4.59 kills per set.
Only at 4. What? There
are players who are at 5, but they're at 5, like 5.
Okay. Mimi Collier?
Mimi Collier. She's one of those players tied for number 1 with 5 kills per set.
God damn. Okay. Yep.
Harper Murray. She's actually at number 9. She only has 4 kills per set.
Okay. Balanced offense.
Yep, balanced offense.
Okay, this is a homer pick. What about Aspen Maxwell from Rutgers, baby?
Aspen Maxwell, she's just above Harper Murray. She has 4.04, but she's at number 8.
Oh, damn. Okay. I low-key thought that she was actually in there. Because I know she's been killing it right now.
Yeah.
This is tough.
There's some top players you haven't named yet. You can just go down the list of the top teams.
Julia Hansen?
Julia Hansen's at number 5. She has 4.57 kills per set.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Yeah, she's definitely balling right now.
Yep.
How about Kenna Woolard, also from Purdue here?
Kenna Woolard just missed out. She's at number 6. She has 4.35 kills per set.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You have 2 more, and they actually, this is probably a little hint if you want to look at the Big Ten teams. They're both from the same state. They both play in the same state.
They play in the same state? Huh? Okay, so my guess here is that it's Michigan and Michigan State. From Michigan, Allison Jacobs.
Allison Jacobs, she's tied for that number 1 spot with 5 kills per set.
Damn.
Yep. So we just got one more. I'm not sure if you're going to know him, but...
Michigan State, though?
Yeah, it is. She is from Michigan State.
Okay, makes sense. The only one that would have been the same state was like UCLA, USC. But I was I don't think they got that.
I don't know about that one.
I don't think they got that.
Yeah, they're not that close. So at number 3, we have Taylor Hold'em from Michigan State. She had 4.65 kills per set.
Damn.
Yep. So a lot of really good players here. A lot of people killing it. These are the carries for their team pretty much.
Yeah.
So shout out to all these players, and they're all killing the Big Ten.
Insane.
Yep. Probably figure out how to do it for a couple of these other conferences moving on, but it's the Big Ten. But now we can move on to the next game that we have, and we're going to be playing a game where we kind of compare 2 players with only their stat lines, so we don't know their names, who we're comparing, and we're just going to compare down their stat lines, and we're going to pick who's better, and then we'll reveal who it is, and we'll see how we did.
Yeah, and see how, was it a surprise or something like that? Yeah. I think that's going to be fun.
This could be very, very interesting.
All right, I will start off. We're going to do Women's Worlds players. So this will be definitely fun. Some of the best players in the world here. They were balling out this past month or so.
Yeah.
But we got some of the best players in the world. I'm going to show you 2 player stat lines, and you tell me which player is better. So player A here got 21.6 points per match with 19.1 kills on 49.3% efficiency, 1 block, 1.4 aces, and 7.3 digs. Player B had 18.4 points per match, 15.1 kills on 44.2% efficiency, 2.3 blocks, 1 ace, and 4.6 digs.
Well, this one's... It's presumably towards player A to start because the stats are just higher across the board besides blocks. But that block number is pretty big in terms of difference. But, I mean... That's not enough to make up in the points per match, so I'm going to go player A here.
Yeah, I think player A, definitely more points scored here. So player A is actually Melissa Vargas from Turkey.
Okay.
And then player B is Paolo Gonu.
Ooh, whoa, that's a controversial one.
Crazy.
Whoa. Wow. So who do you guys think is better? That one's pretty crazy, actually.
Next up, player A has 20.3 points per match, 17.9 kills, 46.6% efficiency, 1.7 blocks, 0.7 aces, 7.7 digs. And player B has 20.1 points per match, 18.3 kills on 38.3% efficiency, 0.7 blocks, 1.1 aces, and 10.4 digs.
Ooh, this one is a lot closer. I mean, wow. A lot of the stats across the board are pretty similar. I think between like what's making me decide between these two players right now is that player A, a lot more efficient with like a whole extra block per set or per match over the other player. But then player B has pretty solid number of digs over.
Yeah, and a little bit more aces as well.
Yeah. But it's a tough one. I'm gonna say that hopefully the defense isn't too big of a difference. I'm gonna pick player A.
Yeah, player A, the efficiency definitely takes it. And then
Yeah.
the blocking definitely helps a lot. So player A is Gabby from Brazil.
Okay, thank God.
Player B is Mayu Ishikawa from Japan.
That's why the dig numbers are so high.
Yeah, that definitely gives it away, I would say.
Yeah, but defensively, I mean, they're at like the same levels, just the style between the teams. So
Yeah.
not bad that time.
Player A has 10.7 points per match, 6.3 kills, 57.9% efficiency, 4.3 blocks, 0.1 aces, and 2.6 digs. And player B has 10.9 points per match, 7.3 kills, 69% efficiency, 2.9 blocks, 0.7 aces, and 3.6 digs.
All right, looking at these stats, they look like middles, so that's something.
Okay, player position guess, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking of it in that the block numbers are pretty solidly different between the two. And even though the efficiency is pretty different, I'm gonna guess that maybe player A is the better blocker, so I'm gonna go with player A again.
Okay. Well, player A is Julia from Brazil.
Okay, I like that one already.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, I like that.
And then player B is Erdem from Turkey. You can definitely tell the efficiency was insane for her. And she's still getting a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
But she was also serving pretty well, too, for a middle. I think that's definitely something to take into account.
Yeah. Dang. I mean,
Super efficient.
Yeah, that result for that one it's a little tough. I mean, I like Julia, so I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real
Yeah.
close one. But yeah, I think that does it for that segment, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna do it with NCAA players. So this will be pretty interesting as well. I'm gonna show you two NCAA player stats, and you tell me who's better. So for the first one, player A has 5.36 points per set, 4.71 kills per set, 30.9% efficiency, 7 service aces total, 13 service errors total, 1.93 digs per set, and 0.21 blocks per set. And then for player B, we have 4.67 points per set with 4 kills per set, 34.5% efficiency, 7 aces, 8 service errors, 2.6 digs per set, and 0.6 blocks per set.
Okay, so to me, this is outsides. This is what I'm seeing here. Low-key, I have a guess on actually who player A is. I low-key think this is Brooklyn Delay. But the kills definitely help for player A here.
Yeah, but then the defense is where things get a little different.
Yeah, but you do see like the efficiency also has like a slight drop off. This is tough. I mean, they're really close. I think for me, I'm going to go player B. I think the efficiency helps, and then I think the defense, a little bit more digs, and then less service errors for the same amount of aces. I would go with player B here.
Okay, so that means you picked Harper Murray, and you're right about player A. That was Brooklyn Delay. So you picked Harper Murray over Brooklyn Delay.
You know, me personally, with my likes, I actually like that. I like that.
Okay. Pretty controversial take, but you got Nebraska fans on your side, so you'll be fine.
I like watching Harper Murray, so that's what I'll go with.
Alrighty. Alright, then for the next matchup, player A has 2.98 points per set, 2.29 kills per set on 29.2% efficiency, 2 aces, 6 serve errors, and 1.14 blocks per set. Then for player B, we have 3.44 points per set, 2.5 kills per set, 41.8% efficiency, 1 ace, 0 service errors, and 1.56 blocks per set.
I think this has to be player B. Like, hands down, more points per set. The efficiency is definitely higher. And then less service errors as well. And I think they're also blocking a little bit better too. So player B for me.
All right. So that means that you picked Rebecca Alec over Andy Jackson.
Hey, Rebecca Alec is balling out right now.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what the stats say.
I feel like, to be fair, Rebecca Alec definitely doesn't serve as much. I think that's why she has like the 0 serve errors.
Yeah. But she also only has 1 ace.
True. But man, is she balling. What the?
I think we saved the hardest one for last. So player A here has 5.23 points per set, 4.32 kills per set on 22.9% efficiency with 11 service aces, 14 serve errors, 1.91 digs per set, and jeez, my voice is freaking dying.
What the hell's happening?
And then 0.82 blocks per set. No. All right, then for player B, we have 5.29 points per set, 4.59 kills per set on 28.3% efficiency, 7 service aces, 15 serve errors, and 2.32 digs per set with 0.77 blocks per set.
Wow.
This is a tough one.
This is close. This is really close. I, low-key think I know who they are.
Okay.
I'm going based off of like, we did outsides, we did middles. I think we did right sides here, right? The kills are higher. The efficiency is lower as well, so they're not middles. And then the serve aces and errors kind of give me a guess here. I'm going to say that, and this is just me guessing first, I think player A might be Olivia Babcock and player B is Kennedy Martin. That's what I'm going to say here. But as a better player, this is hard to say. I think you go with player B again.
Okay.
I think the efficiency is a little bit better, and then the points and the kills per set is a little bit higher as well.
All right, then you're correct. You picked Kennedy Martin over Olivia Babcock. So, pretty good.
Guessed it right.
So let us know if you guys would have agreed with that.
But we'll wrap it up here for guessing players based on their stats, who would be better. Next up, we're going to do King of the Hill again. This time we're going to do men's world championship teams. So switching gears over to the men's section of world champs now. And we're going to go for the US, and we're going to pin them against certain teams here, and we'll see how far the US team can go. And this is the revamped world champs team with Micah Christensen and Taylor Averill.
Yeah.
King of the Hill men's world championship teams. Can the US men's national team beat these teams? First up, we got USA versus Colombia.
USA!
Also going USA.
Yeah.
Let's keep it short and quick. We feel good about that. Next, USA versus Cuba.
This one's tough.
This is already tough.
Yeah. It depends on what Cuba we get.
That's true. I think how well Cuba plays is definitely the thing that's making me scared about easily picking USA here.
Yeah, but I'll still go USA, but by a little bit.
Okay. I think I can get with that. I think Cuba has definitely shown what they can do when they're hot. But USA, I think the injection of Micah Christensen, Taylor Averill, more experience into this lineup, I think will make them look better. Mm-hmm. Well, next up, we got USA versus Japan.
This one's also tough.
Yeah, this is hard. This, again, Japan team that they have some moving parts.
Yeah.
You still see those guys that are up there, and they're really good.
I think the big thing for this Japan team is that they're missing their setter.
Yeah.
So they're missing Sakita.
Yes. No, Sakita's rough. He definitely makes them go.
Mm-hmm. So I'll pick USA here again, just barely.
Ooh, USA, baby. All right, let's rock with it. USA bias, baby. Let's go. And then last up, we got USA versus Poland.
No.
GG's.
Yeah, we can't win this one.
No, there's the bias ends here. We have to be real. There's no way USA is messing with Poland.
Yeah.
Poland sweeps this one. Well, I won't be really mean, but like Poland's definitely gonna win this one. Poland's definitely winning this one.
Yeah.
Do you agree with where we put the USA team? We're hyped up for the USA men's team in the World Champs, but how far can the USA go?
And now we're going to move on to the next segment. So just like last week, we're going to be doing a build something with $15.
Yeah.
My voice is dying here, so I'm not going to read it out. We're going to put it on the screen, but you guys will be able to figure this one out. We did the same type of thing last week, except this week you're going to be building your dream NCAA match schedule using $15.
Okay.
So it's like...
I get 15 each?
No.
Oh, okay.
You get 15 for the whole thing, and it's the matches that are going on a certain day if you want to watch a marathon of volleyball.
Okay.
Build your dream NCAA match day schedule using $15. Match 1, Big 12.
This is tough. I think... how to budget this? This is hard.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like I'm trying to save money for certain games because I think in different conferences they can definitely carry a really fun day of watching volleyball. So for this one, I think I have to be conservative here. Let's do Utah versus Baylor. I think this is still two really good teams. They're still quality, so it's still a good match, but hopefully I can still save some for some really good conferences.
In match 2, we have the ACC.
Okay, here we go. This is definitely tougher now. Again, like I'm trying to see if I can like save a little bit of money here. It's kind of hard to though. Shoot. This is hard. I think I'm gonna go with $4 here. Let me go with Stanford versus SMU.
Match 3, we have the Big Ten.
Okay, this is where I want to spend big money. I definitely want to spend big money here. See, the thing is, the Penn State versus Nebraska match does have a lot of like history behind it and stuff like that. But we are considering the Izzy Starck leaving thing. I think that's definitely what makes it tough. But you still got Kennedy Martin out there, and it's still Nebraska. I think I'm still going to rock with the $5 option here.
All right.
Give me Nebraska versus Penn State.
Then for match 4, we have the SEC.
Ooh, Mizzou versus Tennessee. I actually still like that. You get really good players still. You get Amaya Sands, a Kaylin Alexander. You still get like Caroline Kerr from Tennessee. Like, still some good teams here. You don't get the heavy hitter of Kentucky and Texas, but I still feel good about it. That's not bad. All right, and then we'll finish up today's episode with a blind ranking. This time we're gonna switch it, or we're gonna keep it on the NCAA here, but we're gonna go based off the upsets that have happened already, and this is like week 2. It's insane that it's already happened, but it's kind of expected. So we'll definitely try and have some fun here ranking these. Blind rank these NCAA upsets based on how surprising they were. We got Florida takes down Pitt in 5 in the AVCA first serve.
At the time, it was pretty surprising. I'm still going to go 4.
Okay.
We had a lot of questions about Pitt, so
Okay.
let's go 4.
Then next up, we got ASU upsets Penn State in 4.
This one's higher for me.
Okay.
Do I want to go 2? It's 3 or 2 for me. I wasn't as high on ASU, so I'm going to put him at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, we got TCU taking down Penn State. So another upset on Penn State here. This is in 5 sets.
Okay. And I used 4 and 2.
You used 4 and 2.
Shoot.
This is taking down the defending champs here.
Definitely more surprised about TCU, so I'll put this at 1.
Okay. Next up, we got UNC beating Florida in a sweep. This was definitely the match that I think put UNC more on the map here.
Yeah.
Got them into that top 25 here at 25.
Yeah, I think this has to go 3.
Okay. 3, play it safe,
Yeah.
Nothing crazy here.
Let something ride at number 5, I guess.
Okay. Well, it was SMU upsetting Texas A&M in a sweep. Again, it's kind of close here. If you look at the rankings, SMU was at 10, A&M was at 8. It's not as crazy, but it is in a sweep though.
True. That's not too bad though. That's not too bad.
Yeah. I think that worked out. That worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah. It was scary at the end, leaving 5.
Yeah, I think the upsets at the time for Penn State looked really scary. So I actually understand, like, if that's like a first reaction, those were really high to me too.
Yeah.
But now knowing what happens, then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. But I think you killed it. I think you killed it on the rankings here.
Let's go. But I think that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Thanks so much for getting this far. If you made it this far, please comment something.
Comment about your favorite things about your favorite team, right? About your team that you vie for. Maybe tell us about what your favorite thing is about them.
Mm-hmm. Or any teams that we left off that aren't in the top 25 right now, but could be in the future even.
Yeah.
So yeah, just let us know in the comments. And thanks so much again for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Subscribe. Peace.